Shout out to Billy, who gave me a preview of minor fixes. And what we're going to do next is we're going to jump into it and do a deep dive. We'll catch you on the flip side. Kacey and Luna here today. We are looking at software update 2021.4.11. Before we get started, a little bit of housekeeping. Down here below is a chapter marking for whatever section of the video that interests you, because this is a deep dive. I'm going to get into the weeds. Down here with the CC button is some subtitles. I put a lot of time into it for you guys because of my accent, my rate of speech, and also some folks just aren't as gifted with the hearing as everybody else, so that's a nice touch. Maybe you're listening in bed or on a train or something, I don't know. But if you would prefer to read it or if it would help you, it's available. We're going to look at how the system behaves with flashing traffic lights, how it behaves with starting and stopping from a stop at a stoplight or a stop sign, how it behaves when it's in front or behind somebody else. A couple of people have asked about how it behaves with the green light chime. Theirs either went away or went away and came back, so we're going to check that out. We're going to look at smart summon to target, smart summon, and more. And so with that, let's first look at the navigation update, and we'll go from there. There is no navigation update. We're still on 2020.48, 16.628. So coming up is the flashing yellow lights, and then we'll do a compound on-ramp, and at some point we'll do a compound off-ramp, and several other scenarios. But first, I want to thank our patrons and members. You can join down below, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, here we come up to a light that's already green. There's the chime. So far our chime seems to be functioning. All right, so coming up to a red light, the stopping seems normal. Coming up behind other people also seems quite normal. Okay, so the car already sees the flashing lights. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Come on, guys. No. That's a fail. All right, we're going to try it again in the other direction. This might be the first time I have to cut at this light. It's red. Oh, not yet. Come on, CRV. You got the green light. Hit the manhole cover this time? Nope. Okay. Navigate to Micro Center. All right, acknowledge. Acknowledge, acknowledge. Come on. Oh, that's a total fail, Tesla. There's our green light chime again. And you're stopping for a green light that I've acknowledged. Come on now. All right, this is accelerating behind somebody else from a near stop. Pretty leisurely. I don't know if that's us or them. I'm going to assume it's them because they're getting away, or I'm assuming it's us because they're getting away from us. And if it was us, well, they're still within our following distance though. I still want to blame it on our car though. Like I said, because they are getting away from us. We'll see at the next one where somebody takes off like a normal person. It's not their fault, it's because they were following this Hyundai. Signal. Signal. Okay, it didn't fall for the okie doke. And we are going to help it get on the road because this is not in Navigate on Autopilot yet, it's just on Autosteer. And we might have to hit the brakes because this guy's got his hazards on. We'll see. Nobody coming up on us. All right, good job, car. All right, now for the compound on-ramp. All right. Whoa, it's quite aggressive today. It's all right. All right, all right. Still smooth, but that's a definite behavior change from last time. The fact that it took it so fast and yelled at itself. Not that it was too fast for conditions by any means. All right, let's see if it gets it or if I need to help it. All right, good job, Tesla. All right, look forward, camera. Yes. Where are you blinking to now? There's nowhere to blink to. You got this. We're gonna pick up a 90-degree connector for the editing rig. It's time to refill the water cooling loop, and I figure this connector will help it so that we don't spill again. The last 3 times we filled the loop, we spilled, and I had to shut the computer down for hours for it to dry out, and it'd be nice not to do that. Hard to believe it's been long enough that the fluid needs changing. That's incredible. All right, we're coming into some beep and creep, some stop and go, so that will help us see how the patience of the Mad Max mode is this time around. All right, let's see how it handles this curve, because curve behavior has changed. Ooh, watch that, man. All right, it's behaving like the curve is more sharp than it really is. Okay. Go ahead and make your turn. Pick a spot. You got this. Oh, aggressive. All right, so it's doing that thing where the trucks in the next. I don't know why these people are going past us like that. I did not evacuate the lane. Anyway, before I got into my profanity, it was doing the thing where it thinks that the trailer is in a different lane than the tractor, and that's when those people decided to pass me on the shoulder very dangerously. As this guy's doing. What's up with people and not letting you have your lane before you leave? Just because you've got the blinker on doesn't mean you have the right of way or that you've actually moved. These people are going to kill somebody. All right, so it picks up the speed on its own, finally, 65 in a 60. And it is not suffering these slownesses. It wants to get over. Perfect. It waited a long time before trying to get over. And all right, the movement is okay. Not aggressive. Not smooth, but not aggressive. Not enough to make you get seasick or anything. All right, what I'm going to do is, just like last time, I'm going to let this roll and speed up the boring bits. Some people seem to like the travel montage. Leave a comment down below. Do you like the travel montage? Should I keep it, or should I just cut to the interesting bits? I got to run the camera either way until I see what it does, just because it takes a moment for the microphone to reconnect to the camera and for footage to start. So we'll see. And with that, here comes the hyperspeed. You are the other device. All right, here we go. Here's an error. So it thinks that Spotify is playing on another device. It is the other device. No pothole detection. It ran right into a nice one. Back to hyperspeed. Oh, the hands-on wheel notifications haven't changed for me. We noticed that in the curve and also on the road. Okay, so the car wants to pass this truck. Got pressure on the wheel, waiting for a clearing. It's not hitting that Sienna. Good job, car. All right, now it wants to go back now that the slow lane or fast lane is slow. Let's see if anybody lets us in. Also, let's see if it plays chicken, because that was getting old for me. All right, good job, smooth job. Stay in this lane, don't go back. Good job, car. All right, the truck is still going slower than our set point, and the other traffic has sped up, so here we go. So I'm gonna leave this for a minute and see if it leaves on its own for the, the passing lane exit. There it is. All right. Alright, in Mad Max mode, it's quite aggressive. It wanted to change lanes at 1 mile an hour under the set point, and then it waited for that car to pass, which got us 2 or 3 miles under the speed limit, or not speed limit, underneath the set point, and now it's just waiting for its chance to go back. Alright. It felt like it was doubling back for the car behind me, but it was actually doing it for the trailer. Can't wait till they get the camera fusion going. That way it knows what lane trucks trailers are in. That will be nice. It has returned to giving trucks a wide berth. It's hanging to the left side of the lane here, which is a nice touch, because any extra chance for them to see you is a plus. That guy is, wow, he's hauling, because we're doing 65 in a 55, and he is dusting us. Good luck with the troopers, buddy. We also got footage the other day when we went to pick up those Cybertruck remote control cars where the car avoided a puddle. So I'm going to insert that in this video because I didn't finish the Cybertruck video yet, and you guys will be more interested in it than the people interested in the toys anyway. I mean, I know there's overlap, but in a deep dive video, weird behavior of the car is more pertinent to this video. Yeah, your TC is not fast, buddy. You could tone down all that noise, make it go faster. Every decibel that you hear is power not making it to the road, if you happen to drive both fossils and electric cars. Alright, aggressive stop on the highway. It is handling it quite smoothly. Stopping way later than I would, but that's just because I prefer to use regen braking to the friction braking. Elon had tweeted late last night that he was looking for volunteers for the FSD City Streets Beta, so I reached out everywhere I could think of to apply. I put in a service ticket, which is not the right answer. I replied to Elon's tweet because he didn't tell us where to answer to, and then I emailed Tesla. So we'll see if any of them results in anything useful for us. I'm really hoping to be on the public beta so we can talk about it here. But if I end up in the private beta, you'll know why the firmware update videos have stopped for a while. So cross our fingers that we get in, and then again that it is the public beta so I can share it with you guys. Interesting. Yes, you can pass on the right, but you shouldn't. So passing on the right has returned. It still seems minimized though, because it was passing left for almost all of those, but just now this lane was wide open and the others were stopped. And I doubt that it saw this this caution truck up here, so. I mean, not that I wouldn't have done it this way, so that's clever, and I'm not gonna dock any points for that. Okay, it's going slower than it could because of the slow traffic in the other lane. That's what that chevrons are indicating. They could have the excuse that they were going to get in the right-hand lane to get on the other highway as well, but I don't think they would have got in this lane that early because it would have said changing lanes to maintain route. The speed limit is reading incorrectly. The speed limit here is actually 55. I don't know if it read it off the express lane where you pay to go faster. Their speed limit is 65. Or if they recently upped the speed limit on this road while I was out. I really doubt that, because as you get into DC, it just drops and drops and stays down. Very few exceptions. All right, so what I was pointing out while the music was going to Luna is that white Corolla that kind of came over, the car and I were both unsure if he would try and pull a double lane change. So you saw that the car it was tracking, like this one right now is tracking the Corolla in front of us, it was tracking that other car for a little bit longer than normal, and then once it was sure he wasn't going to jump on us, it turned him light gray and was not paying as much attention to him. That's pretty cool. All right, so this one we're hearing is not somebody trying to sound cool, but who doesn't do their maintenance for their exhaust system. Are you gonna let him in? Yep, you're gonna let him in. Good job. Are you gonna let him in nicely, or are you gonna make him come on in? No, not nicely. All right. All right. So it's still when the lanes get wider, it still jumps all the way over and centers itself. I really wish they'd stop that behavior. If the lines change dramatically, stick with the one that didn't change. And then after you get a chance to assess whether anything is legitimate about the newly widened lane, then center yourself. And from my Tesla friends across the way, that like in Australia, New Zealand, London, England, everything, they say that they have the exact opposite behavior. So theirs will track where I want mine to track the left, they want theirs to track the right, and even then it still tracks the lane that it shouldn't be. But again, camera fusion may help that. Sensor fusion, I know it's called sensor fusion, but treating all the cameras as one viewport. The car did excellent with that BMW. I don't know if it was the way they were moving or that it was a BMW, but it knew they were going to come over right behind that truck, and I mean, I was ready because everything about them was screaming they were going to do that. The car is way too polite when coming up on stop traffic with people coming up behind you. It had it all day and it wanted to stop. I don't know if it was the sunbeam or there was nothing about that Mercedes coming up that it wanted to actually give them room. So I'm confused on that. All right, so now they're speeding the Mercedes, but they weren't before, so it's actually going to give them way. All right, then. All right, here we are at 2.3, 2.5 miles. It was indicating that it's wanting to get over to the exit, but it's still passing slower traffic. Again, I do really like that behavior of just passing the slow traffic rather than getting in the lane early. Model S coming up on us. All right, it's got to do a double lane change, so I'll forgive this. Go slow down. All right. $75D with red calipers, interesting. Forcing this one because I don't want to get behind this MKZ going all glacial pace. This does kind of invalidate whether or not it would be trying, but it looked like it would go to that 1.3. There's no reason to think it would change. Right now the truck is slower. I hate it when that happens. People see you're going faster and then they want to speed up after they were just tooling about. There's the lane getting wider again, and it centering immediately. Dude, it's 55, not 50. The car was right. But only because the MKZ sped back up. They were crawling. The truck was walking away from them. But here's our exit. It indicates. All right, this is a compound exit for real. And I always pick the wrong lane, so I'm gonna let the car do this. It usually picks the right lane. not gonna say it hasn't messed up either. My favorite is when it messes up, it yells at you as if you did it wrong. Alright, I might have to help it. We've got traffic coming on board. See what this Porsche does. It matches my speed, probably. Get off. Alright. Smooth. Good job. Okay. There's no stop at the end of this one, so we'll see what it does. It wants me to accelerate or something to continue. So we will signal. I see you. Just don't be a jerk about it. Why are you speeding up? Sorry, people being jerks on the road. Because he was trying to pass me. He can't pass me in a Corolla. I'm on a freaking Tesla. I have my signal on to get out. You have your signal on to get over. And I'm not slowing down. Get freaking behind me. Oh, if he was late to turn, I could just loop back twice. He would have to go all the way around the road. Sorry, loop back 3 times. Well, he knew what was going on when he was beeping. If he was going to beep, he should have just slowed down and got behind me. There was nobody behind me, which is good because that strong of braking, it would have made a mess. Oh, I wouldn't have let it brake that hard. All right, that's a little aggressive, mostly because we're going downhill into this stopped red light. Traffic. You want to watch it again? Save that for Luna. And if it's any sort of interesting, I'll share it with you guys. I doubt it is. I hate it when it asks you to apply turning force to the wheel in completely stopped traffic. I guess not hate. It's mildly annoying. Alright. Yes, takeoffs behind other people are leisurely. As soon as we get one in pole position, I will record that for you guys. And then depending on the traffic here today, we will just do our summon tests in this parking lot. I think it's going to be busy. It's Saturday. That's what happens. This street has street side parking and they do it sloppy, so. I don't necessarily want to try and trust the car for that. Because it's not feeling different enough that I want to just let it roll and risk damage to 2 cars. From what I've seen of the Beta, it would do just fine with this, but from what I've seen of my car, it might get a little close. I was hoping to get an auto park in there, but none of the conditions lined up. So far, the navigate on autopilot and the navigate on autopilot and the auto steer, they seem just fine. And we're going to go in, run our errand, and then come back out, get back to testing for you guys. I'll catch you on the flip side. Accelerating from a stop in pole position is adequate. It doesn't push you back. It's not leisurely. It actually beat the traffic today. That was nice. All right. All right, here we are coming up on a left exit. I have no reason to believe anything has changed with this, but let's take it for a spin. I'm going to cut to where it is. I just wanted to make sure the microphone and everything were ready to go before we got there. So 1.3 miles. So I tried to follow the lead of that Prius, but the Prius was a bad example. Gave it a little acceleration just because of the Accord coming up on me. Well, if you've been watching the WhamBaam channel, I don't want to be a HondaBump. It would have got it, but this person looks impatient. I didn't like that lane getting wider. All right, you got it. We've got another flashing yellow light we'll test just because there's another one on this route. Hopefully it does better than the last two times. We'll only test this one in one direction because I have no reason to go back the other way. I'm not in traffic. As we crest the hill, the car should see the lights. Maybe not beyond this Ford Transit. It's doing really well with this altered traffic pattern. It's not showing them, but I'm sure it sees them. It definitely sees them now. Let's see how it behaves. I've acknowledged it, and it goes through. All right, so 1 out of 3, Tesla. 1 out of 3. And you can't even say that it was like the light was in the camera before the other one, because when I turned it back around the other way, it was the exact opposite direction. So that was not a factor anymore. All right, next up is smart summon testing. I didn't like the way it was going through that intersection, so I took over. The car just handled a lane shift. I'm going to record that. A lane shift where the whole lane moved over, and for construction, it did it like a champ. Wish I'd not stopped the recording for that. Man. All right, we'll catch you on the flip side. All right, let's do a smart summon to target. We'll go down to, the come to me won't work because we're in you. We're in you. Summon. Smart summon. And there's a car behind us. So let's just go. Let's go to here because I'm gonna want to see how it does around the corner anyway. So here we go. Move my leg so it don't hit the wheel. Yeah, so as I was saying during the last video, I like that our speed is P. Or max speed is P. A little unstable. Perfect. Good enough. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a smart summon, come to me. Alright. Luna's hungry, so we're not going to do a Tesla puppy scenario. Alright, it should close the door on its own as I walk away. Alright. Let's come around the corner. Hopefully it doesn't run through that habit chicken. Okay, here we go. So it vibrates every time it changes direction. I like that. It vibrates and then it vibrates the phone. I like how cautious it is around that unmarked curve, but it'll get it. It always has. Alright, it cuts across all the spots, and then it goes back. Now we need to come get me. Alright, I'll give you that one. Ha, you can't get me, I'm on the curb. That's a reference to the last time where it got really close to me, the last 2-3 times. Solid. Alright, so I'm gonna go back around by the dumpster and see how it does again. No, it locked because I walked away. Alright, we don't have our 360 pole with us, so no real chance to play Tesla puppy. I'm gonna try to trip it up though. You guys don't have the height advantage on me this time. Very confident. And yeah, you could meet me there, but I'd prefer you meet me over here. Off the curb. I know you see that curb. You're not going to be another Tesla with the curbed up wheels. No. Easy. Good choice. Again. Okay, good. So it didn't hit the curb. Went across the curb. Okay, I guess I did play Tesla puppy. Oh well. It was fun. Where are you going? Yeah, let's not get in the handicap spot. Not in the handicap spot. Good job. Okay. All right. You gonna open the door for me? Yes? All the way? Good job. All right, bonus round. We're going to the original flashing lights again to see if they behave any different on a two round pass. Meaning forward and back. Acknowledge. And it goes through. Oh, no it didn't. All right, it kept it that time when I said okay. after the guy behind us is like freaking out. So that's a half. He really didn't like it. He went around us on the far side. I mean, it looked like you brake checked him, so I get it. Manhole cover. Didn't hit it though. Alright. Normally I do them on the inside lane. Let's see. Acknowledge, acknowledge, acknowledge. No, it's stopping. Stupid. Alright, so I'm going to say that's a fail. Fail, fail, fail. There's a new error message. Headlights manually set to on. Idle battery power consumption may be increased. So, all in all, I'd say that this update, I liked it. It had a lot of small little changes. There were some oddities, but they didn't repeat in any way that was uncomfortable. The routing was great for navigating on autopilot. Autosteer did wonderful, especially that maneuver. Hopefully I got it on some kind of video on another car or something where they were doing the road construction and they moved the lane and it followed. That was cool. I don't know if I said it, but the navigation had not been updated, nor had any of the menus. As I went through each screen, none of them had changed noticeably. So this was a good update, and if you haven't already done it, I would do it. Most of our responses, actually I don't want to say that because it's had time to update. So I'll put a picture here of people who responded to the question about the green light chime. And here are some videos I think you'll like next. We'll catch you on the flip side.